Love, light, greetings, gratitude, blessings, beautiful, bountiful soul family, my divinity to yours. Welcome and welcome back. I thank you for your love, light and support, your appreciation, participation, clicks and comments. Our uniting light, the fight with the might for people and planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Divine Spirit salutes you, applauds you, and sends you hugs of protection. 28th of May 2024, energy is 5, which is change. I am now reading again on a very old comment, not requesting for a reading, but a lot of it that comes up in the comment, and of course it is no different to how I feel. And again, I do not take sides. Right? My love is universal, my attention is universal. If someone has wronged, then of course they need to be charged and trialed and given the opportunity to remedy themselves, however divine ordains that. And Harry and Meghan are no different. I am not an avid royal follower. I love Diana and I followed her through years. She was one of my role models, and of course, when she left this earth, a very big part of me felt like it left too. However, I am back in the lives of the royal for different reasons. So here we are. So I am reading now on Harry and Meghan. But before I do that, I wish to invoke our divine creator, immaculate, articulate, supreme and sovereign. I invite, invoke and welcome your energy and love to encapsulate and protect me, the channel, and everyone listening, to open their hearts and mind and to light up their way and brighten each and every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am ready when you are, Spirit. And the question I read on today is there a dark agenda intended to tarnish Harry and Meghan? And this comes from the reading I did earlier on the media restriction on coverage of Princess Catherine, right? And so much attention is being given to Harry and Meghan, and of course there is, I think, 0.001% of any good that is being said out there. And a lot of you have mentioned that the focus should be on where is Catherine? How is she doing? Why have we not seen her or her children, etc., etc.? And I agree with you, right? And I also respect the need or the request that they have for privacy. But with so much that was fake and false and false and doctored and contrived, you then start suspecting many different things, and with good reason. And this is where the volcano erupted and the quakes have taken place and created so many cracks and fires all over the world on Catherine's topic. And instead of focusing on home and what needs the attention and to try and work through that, there are fireworks going off on Harry and Meghan at every angle that the media can strike. social media as well. There are channels that are dedicated to this agenda in whichever way they are addicted by it or influenced by it. It is very dark. It is very negative, and it is saddening how people that are innocent, that have now been pulled into this dark web of intently, purposely talking, expressing negative about them. I do not disagree with anything wrong that they may have done, and I do not agree with everything that they do. But Spirit says, if you cannot say anything good or do anything good, do none at all. But if you put your foot in there, your finger in that pie when it doesn't need to be, then you are now creating karma, and there are consequences for that. So let me be very open and clear and fair and neutral when I say this, right? The ones out there that are purposely doing this, if they are calling themselves spiritual individuals and have the gift of reading card or any other type of divination, whether it's candle, whether it's fire, whether it's water, whether it's through crystals, and I respect them and do not discredit their ability, but if they are jumping on this bandwagon into partaking and participating of this dark agenda, then the light that they think they are putting out there is now diminished. They then lose their karmic points, because when you call yourself a light worker, when you call yourself a divination artist or specialist or anything to do with divine work, you need to honor that, or you do not call yourself that. You do not say, I am channeling the divine, I am channeling a spirit of light, or I am doing this and that of divine, if you are doing something that is intentionally dark. Now, this is a very strong message I bring here, and perhaps readers out there might feel that I am putting my foot in their business. And if you heard that chime, that is my alarm system that is switched off, that is chimed from my beams on the outside. So there is movement outside. It could be one of the kittens. They do not usually get onto any of the beams. They are in strategic places. So it's a message for me from divinity to say, yes, focus inward and not outside of yourself, because what you will attract from the outside will not be nice. Right? So the readers out there will have to be responsible for the consequences of the karma they create. So I am reading here with what I have been feeling and what the divine has been telling me. But I want to do this now on camera, right? To find out, is there a dark agenda intended to tarnish Harry and Meghan? And that's all I'm doing. That is the only question, is for us to discern yes or no. So, Mother, Father, Creator, let us go ahead. At the bottom is the Hierophant, which is institutional, governmental, businesses, media. Queen of Wands, yes. It is purposed, intentional. It is rewarding. It is to bring recognition and fame, right? Meaning it is to be out there in full view, at full blast. It is an ambition. And of course, it's happening from all corners of the world. It's like fire spread everywhere. Look at this phoenix on fire, coming from all different angles. Seven of Cups, distraction, confusion, right? Exaggeration, illusion. Any little thing is being blown out of proportion. Queen of Swords, right? Organized strategy, organized and planning script, organized and planned narratives. And I'll do one more, which is the Nine of Coins. For what? For riches, for clickbait, to accrue points, for promotions, right? These anchors and presenters and channel creators, they're all doing it for self-gain. They are jumping on that bandwagon. I said one more, but I'm asked to go on. Knight of Wands, taking action, creating fire, problems. It is an ambition. And we've got the Five of Swords, which is everybody fighting to get a piece of it, to win at it, to get their word out there. This is trouble. This is a war that is going on. A social war, a dark war. Want to get the cards in the pack in a different order so we don't have the whole lot come out again, but Spirit said that was intended to happen that way. So tell me, Divine, is there a dark agenda intended to tarnish Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan? Is there a dark agenda? Right. So that fell on top, which means it goes right underneath all of that. Five of Swords. Yes, it is a dark war. There is judgment, right? Now what they're saying, show you, is you see the roots of this tree. It's deep in the snow, right? It's in the snow, which is cold. This is cold. This is ugly. This is not what people should be doing. But nonetheless, they will bear the cold and the difficulty and the challenge, and they will root themselves deep because they are being rewarded from it. Growth. Right? They're all getting something from it. They all want to sing that, play that tune, play the flute and dance to that music and follow that particular signal. They're all leaning against this dark energy. Right? They all are leeched on it, and it has its tentacles. Oh, that's why they're saying tentacles. Look at the roots. They are like tentacles, and it is penetrated and infiltrated all of these people. That is the work of the dark. It is now a dark agenda. There is judgment that will be served to each and every one that is making it their prerogative, their profession, their life's mission at this time to capitalize on tarnishing Harry and Meghan. Now, whether the roles were reversed, if it was Catherine and William or any other person, if you are doing it and you should not be, the same consequence will pay a visit. Two of coins, and we have the Hanged Man. Trying to balance the act. How? How are they trying to balance the act? By sinking someone, by turning that person's world upside down. They cannot get much ahead with other types of media topics, so they need to find balance somewhere by sinking someone else, by turning someone else's world upside down. Four of Swords. Now the bear, for me, is Harry. In many different cards, he comes up as the bear. So they are showing me the swords that is striking him, although he is in hibernation, or let's say asleep, resting, staying away from everybody else's business, minding his own. Still, he's being struck, right? And it shows that he is now below the snow, so most likely hibernating, meaning I'm on my own, I'm alone, leave me. I'm keeping to myself, I'm minding my own, but still they are penetrating his energy and his business from wherever they are to get to him. Eight of Cups. Showing how the distance that people are going through, the lengths that they are going through to get to him. See, here's your cups dangling in mid-air. So we would not be concerned about our business and our lives, but we will go out of our way and our comfort, our convenience, our immediate space and environment to go out there and find trouble, make trouble. Right? So we will leave everything that is going on in our lives that need attention, and we are going to go outside. We'll abandon our current matters and focus our attention somewhere else. We will go and seek something else. That's the Eight of Cups, right? Emotional fulfillment somewhere else. So we'll walk away from this problem and pretend it doesn't exist and leave it dangling out there, right? I am repeating this for a reason. Leave it dangling, meaning you all know that there are unanswered questions. There's a lot that there's no coverage on, and where attention should be focused, not just on Catherine, the royal family. I'm talking about life in general. There's a lot going on in every country, in every area of life, but we would rather just focus our lives on something we shouldn't. We'll just abandon the current things. If we skip a meal, that's fine. We'll put our health on a waiting list, and we've got to get this soup, the scoop, right? We've got to get the pie, that kind of mentality. See, so I did not touch that card. It leaned by itself, and if you look, if I move this forward, it's not even touching that card. So what it's showing me is they are going at him towards Harry. It gives them a thrill. It is an obsession. It's an addiction, a dark agenda, addiction, influence, and it has become an obsession. So what these people are doing that they do not realize now is they are paving their way for another time's experience or experiences where they will go through rejection like this. I meant to say waterfall, right? That is my chime on the inside that my dog had suddenly come to visit me in this room and chimed the chime by just moving the curtain. And before I heard that, I intended to say waterfall, right? They want him to fall. They want to hurt him in such deep ways that he falls, meaning to break him down. And it is coming from height, from higher up, instructions and agendas from the top, and dark energy from hierarchies that are leeching on to the common and unsuspecting people out there that are falling prey to predators and joining forces with them. Temperance. There is no balance here. There's absolutely no balance because these trickles of water are not saturating enough. You see, there's a waterfall here that is strong and powerful because it's being controlled by a higher force. But when it reaches the ones that are partaking of it, it is very diluted because why? It is shared with a lot of people. That dark energy is being distributed everywhere out there, and people are getting just a little bit of it, and they're feeling fulfilled as if they've achieved a lot, because that's what the dark does. It watches from a distance. So when the time of balancing comes with the temperance energy, which is a divine balancing energy, a divine formulation, a divine equation, when that energy comes, Spirit is going to be standing and watching everybody down, everybody at the bottom. You see, their world is going to be dark, and there's only going to be a little bit of light, just enough for you to see the wrongs you've done, just enough to see what you could have prevented but you didn't, because initially you were promised this waterfall. The Queen of Swords fell out. Right, there's it here. And the King of Swords fell out. I wanted to get another card. I'm not really sure. And that is enough to say why. Authority, instruction. Right? Swords is mental energy. Powerful thinkers, powerful people, authorities instructing from different ranks, king and queen. So this is coming from a place that you and I will understand. The instructions are given by two different powers to hold a narrative. And at the bottom is the 8 of coins, meaning this is the planning, the hard work. This is what it's all about. Do it this way and no other way. Right? This is what everybody's that's doing this is working on, is getting the best scoop on the dark side and to put it out there. Perfecting a single craft, right? It's the same pattern. It's not a different pattern. It's exactly the same. It's duplicating, replicating, triplicating the same energy in on different days at different times, working hard at it. And I shall leave it here. I don't usually put it back there, but I've been asked to do that because this is what they're working on. This is what they have made their life purpose on about at this time. This is what their devotion is. This is where the attention is. And what I see a lot of, if I look here, is these heavy trunks and thick roots that are networking and wrapping itself and penetrating below the surface to get under his skin and to make his life miserable, to root itself deep. And it is not a new problem because all these trees are showing age, meaning it's been going on for a long time. And because so many people are working on it in this concentration, it is beginning to age quickly because of the energy intensity that is being invested in this particular piece of art, in this particular craft that they are working on, to keep their personal fires going, their promises, their riches, their wealth, their promotions, their jobs, right? It's an instruction higher up, and then the ones at the bottom are also capitalizing and jumping on the pig's back and involving themselves to get rich, to hold on to this opportunity of gain at this time, the rewards that it's bringing. Because the more negative coverage I can give on these two people, the more attention and my source will receive, my channel will receive, or whatever I co-create will receive. That's what it's about. So the people at the bottom, unfortunately, have jumped on the wrong team. Beautiful ones of light, it is such a sad time that when we are trying to increase our light within ourselves, within our families, within our communities, our country, and the world at large, that we have so many that probably worked for a length of time in their lives to pick themselves up, that have now suddenly and will find themselves suddenly falling from grace. like that waterfall. You cannot catch the water from a waterfall. It has to plunge. It must, from that height, reach its bottom, right? Even though there may be large rocks to stop velocity, but inevitably, it is gravity. It has to flow into that plunge pool, right, before it then streams out into the river. So when that fall from the top takes place and you do not have a life jacket on, you are not going to be able to swim out of that plunge pool. You will then be immersed in its depth. Submerged in its depth. For all of us, togetherness in kindness for our happiness and the earth's wellness, the cosmic oneness and divine foreverness. I love you. I thank you. And I bless you. Until next.